Would you get back with an ex? No. Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Amanda Michelle, aka the coolest girl in the world. I'm trying to brand it because I'm the coolest girl in the world, like duh. Anyway, welcome to my new subbies. Thank you for joining in on my channel. I finally have 300 subscribers. I actually have more than that now. I'm so excited about that. It's been a long journey getting here, and I'm just celebrating the small wins. So this time I decided to do something different. I'm doing a question and answer on my channel. I put a question on YouTube, ask me anything, honesty hour. So here we go. Let's get right on into it. This is hilarious. The first question is, why you not gay no more? I'm not gay anymore because I don't like female traits. I've said this several times, but honestly, the last straw for me with a woman was when I went to visit my girlfriend. Well, she wasn't my girlfriend at the time, but I went to visit this girl and I was already talking to this nigga. But, you know, I still was kind of liking her too. And I went to visit her and I asked her to get my suitcase. Like, I will never forget this. Asked her to get my suitcase and she said, no, it's too heavy. I was like, girl, bye. I'm done with girls. I am done. Niggas only. And so, yeah, I've pretty much been straight ever since then. Also, it's just things I like about men that women don't possess. And it doesn't align with my spiritual beliefs either. So that's just that on that. It's not nothing I gotta do, so I ain't doing it, period. As a creative, how do you afford rent in LA? The grace of God, baby. Let me tell you, y'all, my rent, I don't know how I have been able to pay my rent and my bills, and I pay my rent on time. I haven't been paying it really in the pandemic. That's another story. But prior to, I had like 5 gigs out here, podcast host, red carpet host, my tobacco brand ambassador job, Hennessy Moet brand ambassador job, acting, any little thing I could get, assisting at my acting class so I didn't have to pay for class, DoorDash, Postmates. Like, I had a bunch of gigs so that I can pay my rent. And I'm just blessed. I pay my tithes out of all income I get, and I can honestly say that God has just provided for me. He has made a way for me to be able to afford my rent. So it's really not even about my hustle. It's about my faith in God and knowing that if it's His will, it's His business. Can I get a hallelujah? And He brought me out here for a reason, so He's taking care of that, even in a pandemic. So that's simple. And if you don't believe in God, then you're just gonna have to work to find an apartment that's reasonable. My rent is over $1,000. It is what it is. Find you an apartment and get you a roommate if you have to. I have a roommate. We don't split $1,000. We split over $2,000. And yeah, just make it do what it do. If you want to be out here, don't let rent send you back home. Okay. Anyway. How do you manage being a creative during this mass quarantine? So at the beginning of quarantine, I did not manage being a creative well at all. I made a couple of videos that I do on my IGTV, like spiritual talk or motivation, because whenever I'm led to do it, I just do it. But I got some weird information at the top of quarantine. I started back drinking, and baby, it was Margarita Monday every day. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I might sell a little bit, just don't tell nobody. Look, I had a margarita every day. It was shot o'clock. I was drunk most of the first half of quarantine until I went to Dallas and read a book about getting greater or something like that. It was a spiritual book, and it just motivated me to stop drinking and wasting my time in quarantine and get back on my grind. And what really got me back to doing my YouTube consistently, because I didn't do YouTube none this year, was me getting COVID. When I had COVID and was in quarantine, I was watching nothing but YouTube videos, and I was enjoying it. And I was like, I can do this. I need to start back doing my YouTube videos. And this is the most consistent I've ever been in the 3 years that it's almost been 4 years. In the years that I've been on YouTube, period. So get you a motivational book. Get you some fire up under your belt, and just realize, like, just because it's quarantine, time's still ticking. You don't have time to waste, so get on it. What makes you happiest? A lot of things make me happy. I don't know what makes me the happiest, but I'll name a few. When God shows himself to me, I get really happy. When I have an opportunity to speak the gospel or the word to someone, I get really happy. And when somebody tells me like they found God and like maybe they didn't believe the way I believe initially, and then they come to me and they're like, thank you so much for, just that little word you gave me. It makes me really, really happy. And also now my nephews make me so happy. I just love them. Like, oh, they're so cute. I just love them. So yeah, that makes me really happy. Why you so cute, ma'am? I don't know. That's a hard one. My mama is pretty attractive, so I kind of look like her. I drink water. I praise the Lord. I'm fuck nigga free. I don't curse anymore. Sorry. I'm sorry nigga free. So, I just got that cute glow going on for myself. That's it. What made you shift from dance to theater? So if you don't know, I went to a performing arts school from 5th grade until my junior year in high school. And honestly, dance was never a passion. When I auditioned for the school, I initially auditioned for academics. I'm an academic, so of course I knew I was going to make the academic program, but I also wanted to try performing arts. I auditioned for dance and theater. I didn't make either. So when I started at this performing arts school, I was only in the academic program, and then they offer you an opportunity to try out or audition again for any that you want to be in: visual arts, performing arts, music, or theater. Not performing arts, dance or theater. And I auditioned for dance again, and I made it. And so I was just in dance for the remainder of the time, but it was never a passion. I remember writing a poem, and part of the poem was like, I don't even remember. It was something weird. If I can find it, I'll insert it in here. But it was something like, I don't have a passion for dance. Dance is just what I do. And I was never the best dancer anyway, but I could do what it do. And so I got to theater because I'll never forget that something that just really stuck with me. In middle school, we had to like do a script for a book we had read, and my friend who was a theater major wrote the script, and I acted like, I think I had a man role or whatever, but I acted it, and she was like, you actually can act. And that meant a lot coming from her. She probably don't even know that, but it meant a lot coming from her, and I never forgot that. That stuck with me. And so when I went ahead and went to school, went to undergrad, and I just wasn't really feeling my major or whatever, accounting. And I had this other friend that I became cool with in college, and basically she was just like, you need to be an actor. And I always knew I love entertaining. I'm an entertainer. Like, that's something I do without even trying. And so I was kind of trying to figure out my way of what I wanted to do in entertaining. And so I went to one of my friends who's also an actress, Essence. And I remember, talking to her and her mom, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And they were like, well, you're so funny. Have you ever thought about stand-up? And I was like, no. And I just honestly don't think stand-up is something that I would want to do. So eventually I started talking to some more people, and then I asked another actress. I be asking people, if they're in the field that I'm thinking about going in, I ask them questions. I asked another actress, and she was like, we're going to help you figure out your purpose or whatever. It wasn't even about acting at the time. It was just entertainment. And I asked her, well, how could I start with acting? And she was like, you need to take a class. And so I got in classes in Mississippi, and that was all she wrote. I'm off to theater. And little did I know, it's probably been written in the books for me anyway. But I got a tattoo. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I got a tattoo, and those are the theater thespian faces. When I got it because it was laugh now, cry later, not because it was theater. But look at me. God is divine. He is. So yeah, that's that. That was easy. Do you plan on staying in LA? If not, where would you move to? When people ask me how long I plan on staying in LA, I say till I make it, because why would I leave? I love LA. LA, the vibe, the weather, the opportunity. I just love it. If I didn't stay in LA, I would probably live in Atlanta. Maybe Texas, but if I'm really pursuing an acting career still and I choose not to live in LA, then it would be Atlanta, because that's another place where I can actively pursue acting still. But other than that, I will stay out here, especially if I make it. Like, I might get a house somewhere else, but I'm gonna be okay. Will you marry me? No. All right. How did you cultivate meeting friends, relationships when you moved to a new state? I think she meant meaningful friends and relationships. So I read a post that said, you know, when you make friends back home, you make them based on familiarity or your area that you stay in, and just because y'all grew up together. But when you make friends when you leave home, it's because you all like the same things or involved in the same things. So I met all of my friends in LA, with the exception of one, through TSAW, my acting studio. We were in acting class together all the time, and we would always go to the bar across the street from the studio every single Monday, every single Tuesday. And we just became tight. Like, we built bonds, and we made we made a friendship. And everybody that I'm cool with there isn't my closest friends, but I did get some really good friends from TSAW, and we're all trying to be actors. Some are further along than I am. They inspire me, I inspire others. They pull us back up when they get to a certain place, and it's just really good to meet people who are going in the same direction you are, because sometimes your old friends ain't. And yeah, so I met them because of acting, because of TSAW. This is my TSAW fam, and I love them. So thank you, God, that I was able to do that. Also, my other friend from LA, who is really, really turned out to be a great person in my life. Shout out to you, Janae. I met her because my childhood friend knew I was moving to LA and knew she was from here, and they were line sisters, and she was like, let me hook you up with this girl. And we hooked up, and we were just so similar, so alike, and she's just so motivating to me. We really just hit it off, and now I'm like, you know, a TT to her baby. So yeah, God worked things out for you. He don't leave you lonely. What Black female actors do you feel you relate to or get inspiration from the most? So I always really loved Gabrielle Union. I don't know if it's because she was a brown skinned actor or because I saw myself in her, but I just always really loved her prior to me being an actress. I just like her vibe. But as far as an actor who I just really like see myself, like not as, but like I'm really inspired by, is Regina George. Regina Hall.
A bitch is old today, but I've been told I still got good pussy.
First of all, she is funny as hell. She is talented as hell. So that already like sparked my attention in her. But what really got me was when I first decided to pursue acting, I was like, well, I haven't been to school for acting. I haven't learned anything. So I started looking up actors who have made it, who never went to official school for drama. And Regina Hall was one of them. She actually started out in, I think, broadcasting, or journalism. And I think her dad died, and she ended up being my roommate is always making noise when I'm recording. Never fails. When I'm not recording, no noise. When I'm recording, noise. Anyway, she ended up just trying out, auditioning for a commercial and making it. And you see how far she's come, from Best Man to Girls Trip. And that's just really inspiring. And she's so fucking funny. I'm even giving Brenda vibes right now. Ooh, that's some scurry shit. What would you call your perfect happy ending in life? Like husband, kids, etc. So my perfect happy ending in life would be to be walking in my purpose, to finally be 100% confident in what God has called me to do, to have a husband who loves me in such an unconditional way that it makes me love myself or love things I never even noticed about myself. I would like to have a family that's not a necessity, but it would be, in a perfect world, I would like to have a family, a husband, and kids, and just be happy with what I'm doing in life, happy with who I am, knowing that I'm walking in my purpose, knowing that I'm confident in my relationship and who I am, my relationship with God and my relationship with the man. And career-wise, if I was on TV or a series regular, or even in movies, I just want to create, I want to act, I get a different type of joy from doing those things. It's just fun for me, and I would love to have a fun life. Oh, y'all, I'm so hungry. My stomach is growling. Okay. Would you get back with an ex? Hell to the no, no, no. Hell no. No. I ain't got that many exes, and the ones that I do have are pretty much women, and even if they was men, no. No, thank you. What's your ideal date? My ideal date is just something thoughtful and romantic. Like, it doesn't have to be at a fancy restaurant, but I would like some good vibes. Honestly, if we went somewhere like on a picnic or to a beach with wine or champagne and some fruit and some food and music, maybe some weed if I'm smoking, and just good vibe, good energy, good convo, and a lot of love. Like, but I guess you don't get love on the first date. So on the first date, still just something really thoughtful, or something just, I don't know, just to give me a good vibe. I'm not hard to please at all. Would you have a threesome? No, I don't want to share. I did enough sharing in my life involuntarily, so I don't want to share my man with nobody. Period. What we doing? I don't want to do that. How did you get that many subscribers? I'm working on getting mines up there. I don't have that many, but I do have 300 something. And honestly, they tell you this when you start your YouTube. Just stay consistent. Stay consistent. You'll get there. And I can only imagine if I had stayed consistent this whole time. Literally from November when I started back vlogging to now, which is end of January, I have gained over 100 subscribers, or at least 100 subscribers. That's only in a few months. The other subscribers I was just getting here and there, but like I'll just get new subscribers randomly, and it's from being consistent. I've been making content every single week. I only probably missed 1 week since the beginning of November, and it's that consistency, and you just gotta keep going even if people not viewing it, because they're gonna come back and view it. I never forget Eastside Ivo, when he came to Jackson and we were just all talking, and he was like, you know, if they're not watching your content now, when you do finally blow up or when you do go viral, they're gonna go back and watch all that. So post all that. And that's always stuck with me. I'm gonna do it, whatever. You can't let people not supporting you or not viewing what you're doing discourage you from doing what you want to do. I enjoy doing this, so I'm gonna do it. How can I have you? Been crushing on you since middle school. I don't even know that you've been crushing on me, so obviously you haven't made much effort. And if you have, maybe I wasn't interested, but I don't think you have. And I also think you might have had sex with my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, the ghetto.
Yeah. Where do you get your hair done in LA, and is it expensive? So when I was getting a relaxer, yes, it was expensive. It was $150 for every relaxer. I was only getting one every 6 months, and the nigga ended up ruining my hair. That's a story time for another day. Sew-ins, I just started getting sew-ins in LA. I used to only get them when I went home because I knew they could do my hair and it was gonna be $100. Out here, the most I paid for a sew-in was $150. It was a really good sew-in. But it was kind of a partial, like I had hair left out in the back and more hair out at the top than I wanted as far as leave out. But for a full sew-in, she charges $200, but she's really good. So baby girl ain't got no money to be giving nobody $200, but we'll see. As far as braids, I did find the girl that does my braids. The first time I got them done, they were $90. I think this time they were $110 or $120 because I got them longer. She's really fast, and that's cheap. I was paying way more for my braids in in Jackson. So you just kind of have to search around, and if you see somebody with a hairstyle you like, be like, where did you get your hair done? And then figure out how much it costs, because people do try to overcharge for things out here. That's one reason I was getting my hair done in Jackson. Can we, me and the hubby, take you on a date? Don't do threesomes, don't do three-way dates, don't want to be with nobody and their hubby. And that's weird that y'all want to take me on a date. We kind of related, I think. Yeah. How did you find God? God found me. That's my dog. I found God because I was going through a really tough time in my relationship, as I've said in several vlogs. That was really a monumental time in my life, unfortunately. And I didn't have nowhere else to turn. And God just really saved me. He saved you, girl. And he sent people time and time again, bringing his word to me. He was continuously coming after me even when I was running. And it's just never been the same since I found him. And I would never give that up again. As much as I hated that relationship, in hindsight, it's just a blessing that I found God, because I don't know if I would have found him the same way if I hadn't been in such a desperate place. What's the craziest thing that ever happened to you? Oh, I don't know about craziest, but well, no, the craziest thing that ever happened to me was I went home from LA for Christmas one year, and I got blackout drunk. That's a story time. I got blackout drunk and I did some things that I wasn't sure that I did sexually. And that was crazy, because the next day I was like, was I drugged last night? I really felt like I had been drugged, and I was just so confused on life, and I could barely walk. But we won't get into that. I'm gonna say that for story time, when I got blackout drunk. This is a stupid question. Why do you guys pursue another woman but still want? Why do guys pursue another woman but still want their baby mama too? Because a nigga want to have his cake and eat it too. I ain't never been in that situation, and I ain't never gonna be in that situation. But niggas just want it all. Ain't nothing better to a nigga than pussy, but new pussy. You ain't never heard that? Like, girl, niggas is trifling. They gonna do what they want to do regardless, especially if you let them. What you need to do is not let them, sis. Step your standards up. I think I'm almost down to the end of the questions. Do you double text? Yeah, if I need to. Ain't no shame in my game. I will. I mean, but if it's like a nigga, ain't no pressure. Like, no, I probably wouldn't double text them. Just hit me when you get a chance. I'm trying to make sure I have answered everyone's questions that sent me a question. Why not me? I didn't answer that. Y'all not gonna know who this is, but I know who this is. Because at the time that you were trying to pursue me, honestly, I wasn't really gay anymore. I mean, I hadn't really just made the final choice that, hey, I'm not gay no more, but I guess I had, because when I broke up with my girlfriend, I said I would never go get back with her again, and she was the end of the road. So yeah, it was just, I was figuring stuff out at that time. So that's it. And that is the end of all of my questions. I thank you guys so much for asking me questions and participating and sharing in my YouTube journey. I'm really excited to see what I do when I get 400 subscribers. So be sure to tell your friends and tell a friend to subscribe to my channel, view my posts, check out all my old videos. I've been doing this for a little minute now, and I'm just happy to be back and consistent. So thank you guys. I love you. And I'll see you in the next video.